Frank, really quickly, just wanted to go over your website, give you some feedback and tips for SEO and digital marketing. So first off, this website looks beautiful. Looks like these guys did a really good job with the design. It's really modern, got some really nice images. I will say it's a little bit slow as far as responsiveness. I just put it in the speed tester and it is performing on the slower side. So if you have somebody who's working on your site right now, I would probably recommend going through and downloading all these images and re-uploading them with a smaller file size so that it doesn't take as long to load, because I think these images are probably really high quality and heavier file sizes. So you just need to compress those, and that can increase the page speed a lot, which is one of the SEO ranking factors. So that's kind of important. Another thing, just so you know what your website looks like, on one of my tools, this one is called Ahrefs. It tells you everything about your website as far as the data. And when I looked at it earlier, it looked like you don't really have a ton of organic traffic yet, and that could probably be because maybe your website is newer. I don't know. It looks like it's been around for a while actually. It's got a little bit of spike in December actually. That's good. But not a ton of organic traffic, only 33 a month on average, so it's not too many. And these are the keywords you're currently indexed for. Preservation Services, Preservation Services Inc. Is pretty much the only two you have, and this shows the search volume. So you get 80 searches a month every month for Preservation Services. You're ranked number 1, and you're getting 30 of the 80, so that's pretty good. But that's only for your brand. You're not really ranked for any other keywords for your area or for your services. So that's not good. That means that Google doesn't really know what your website is about. So let me kind of show you. So how Google works is it has bots that go in and they analyze your page. They read every single word of content on your website, and they count how many times you use each word and where you use each word. So preservation is used 9 times. So they obviously know preservation and preservation services is a topic. And so that's why you're indexed for that keyword. But the services that you want to be ranking for are roofing and all of the different keywords that related to what you actually do. And so you definitely will want to increase the amount of content you have, and not only increase the amount of content, but inside of the content you want to insert specific keywords that you want to be ranking for. So let me show you what I mean. When I go to roofer in Chicago, and the top ranker is this guy, MatthewsRoofing.com. So I'll take that and I'll put it in the same kind of thing I have, Matthews Roofing. And this guy, he's done a really good job on his organic SEO. So he's getting around 2,000 organic traffic every month, which is awesome. That converts into tons of roofs. So here are the keywords that he's currently indexed for. And you'll notice the really, really good keywords are the ones that have both your service and the location. Because you don't want to be ranking for, I mean, this is okay, metal roofing near me, but that's a national keyword. So if you're ranking for that, or like just roofing, if you're just ranking for roofing but doesn't have any location near it, then if I'm in Arizona and I search for it and you're ranking number 1, then I'll be clicking on your website. But you don't really care about that traffic because it's not your demographic of people you want to sell to. So you want to have the location specific keywords, and you want to find keywords that have a really high search volume. And ideally, you want to have the lower keyword difficulty, that's what this column is, the better. That means how competitive it is and how hard it is to rank for that keyword. So roofing in Chicago, these are all fairly competitive keywords. You're going to have to invest a bit of time and money into your SEO to be able to rank for this. Like this guy is. He's ranked number 1 for all of these keywords. And on average, usually when you're ranked number 1, you'll get about a third of the search volume. So 150 is getting 67, a little bit better than a third. And that's kind of how you can calculate your ROI for SEO. You'll go through and you'll calculate how much search volume there is. You'll see how much money and work it's going to take to get you to position number 1. Then you'll calculate how much, what 1/3 of that is, and and so on. Calculate how many people who go to your website will actually become leads, and how many of those leads you'll close. You can figure out what your ROI will be. Anyways, so take note of some of these keywords. Roofers in Chicago, roofing in Chicago. These are all really great keywords. Uh, Roofers Chicago, Illinois, that gets 200 searches a month. You have a really high search volume for Chicago, which looked like the closest area. So that's another thing. When I was actually on your website, I couldn't actually tell where you were. The only time you had your location mentioned was the address at the bottom. But you usually want to have the location all over the site. So that people know. See, look, even in the header, Chicagolands. It's weird, but Chicago. You see Chicago all over, probably like 100 times on this website, and they have the word Chicago because they want to be targeting those keywords and ranking for those. See Chicago 11 times just on that one page. Anyways, so that's on-page SEO, getting the right keywords. The next thing that you want to do after you get the keywords indexed, in order to rank higher for the keywords that you're indexed for, you need to get something called backlinks. So a backlink, what that is it's another website that is pointing to your website. So for example, if you write an article or a blog post about the best kind of roofing shingles and how they have a 30-year warranty and the best way to install them or whatever, and a bunch of other general contractors and roofers, they quote you or reference to your excellent article, and they leave a link going back to your site. Every time they do that, it's called a backlink. Right now you guys have 9 do follow backlinks, so that's not too bad. But a lot of these backlinks aren't very trusted websites. So these two are, but you could do a lot better with the backlinking. So anyways, what backlinking does for Google, it tells Google that your website's content is really trustworthy, and that it is worth reading, worth talking about, and worth quoting, and so it will rank you higher for the keywords that you're ranking for. And so you'll notice that you are currently ranking pretty well for the, why does it keep doing this? For the keywords that you're currently indexed for, but you're just not indexed for the right kind of keywords. So you're mostly missing out on your on-page SEO, which is getting the right keywords. The next thing I wanted to go over really quickly is your Google Business Listing. When I looked at here is yours. Looks like you guys haven't set it up all the way. So there's a bunch of different ranking factors for Google Business Listings, and it's super important to rank here because for like if you look in roofer in Chicago, any of the keywords that you want to rank for, the first thing is these ads that no one cares about, and then they have the top 3 ranking Google Business Listings get all of the business, because those are even before the websites. You have to scroll down to get the top website guys. So a lot of the calls are going to come straight through here, and there's a ton of tricks that you can do to rank these. So one of the things that I noticed is you guys don't have any photos. So having photos helps a ton for ranking. Also updating this continually, posting on this. It's kind of like social media. You have to continually be posting and updating this. Responding to your reviews, getting more reviews. Another thing you can do is getting citations. Citation, what that is it's a directory. Anytime you make a business profile, for example, your Facebook profile for your business, that is a citation. So there's a list here for roofing contractors: Home Advisor, Yellow Pages, Thumbtack, BBB. Every time you make a profile on one of these, it makes your business seem more credible, and it will rank you higher in the map pack. So usually when I'm trying to rank a business that I'm working for, I'll get like 100, 200 of those, and it'll help boost it pretty quickly just off the bat. Anyway, so that's just a few things that you can do to increase your rankings. It doesn't look like you're ranking too well on the Google Business Listing. I couldn't really find you earlier. Another thing you want to be aware of is just make sure that you have the right categories. If you'll notice, a lot of these people are roofing contractor, but if you offer other services, for example, if you do siding, if you do remodeling, construction, there's a whole slew of different categories you can list under. So you want to have roofing contractor as your primary category, but you can have 30 other subcategories. I'm not sure if you guys do other things or not, but that's just something you should be aware of if you're doing Google Business Optimizations. Anyways, let me know if you have any other questions about this stuff. I'll be happy to answer them for you, or if you guys need assistance in optimizing your website, I'd be happy to help you with some of the on-page SEO stuff. Thanks, have a good one.